Tumor is back with their 5th full-length album, Praise the Lord Who Choose, but which does not consume, or simply Hot Between Worlds. I have been a huge fan of Yves since their 3rd album released in 2018, Safe in the Hands of Love. That album was a more experimental electronic project, but then Yves started experimenting with a more psychedelic rock sound on their next project, Heaven to a Tortured Mind. Praise the Lord Who Choose sees Yves continuing in this more experimental rock direction, and I think this is by far his most accessible album to date. However, this accessibility does not take away from the charm of this album. As you will see, I think this is one of Yves' best projects that he's released so far. The opening track, God is a Circle, is a dancey punk song about a toxic relationship which you can't escape. It begins with this scream and repetitive breathing sound, which really sets the tone for this album. As you will see by the title even, there's a lot of religious allusions here, which are present in a lot of Yves' music, but specifically on this album. We then get the wonderful and phenomenal song, Lovely Sewers. This song is more of a new wave, punk-esque kind of tune, which also sees guest vocals by Kidda, who is absolutely stunning. The song seems to be about a secret love, with the idea of a lovely sewer suggesting that the love is underground. The partner in this relationship also seems kind of skittish, as Yves sings that they're frenzied and soon to leave as soon as the lights turn on. It isn't explicit, but it's hard not to see the parallels with the LGBTQ plus community and having to hide their love. It is a beautiful and emotionally moving track. The song Meteora Blues is an incredible rock banger. The chorus is expansive and has these distorted, crunchy guitars that create just this wall of sound. The lyrics themselves seem to be about hallucinating a fantastical image of a love interest, but that you can't actually find them in your life. The track Parody is another just incredible rock track. It includes these heavily distorted and ripping guitar solos. The song seems to be about someone who thinks they're king shit. As Yves sings, they're a parody of a pop star. Yves spends most of the song asking questions as to why this person has such an inflated ego. In asking these questions, Yves then reflects that you should think back on this in slow motion, which to the end of the song itself starts going in slow motion. We then get this psychedelic track and second single off the album, Heaven Surrounds Us Like a Hood. I have no clue really what is going on in this song, but it is a mystical journey. There are these amazing moments where there's this audio recording of a kid who's reflecting on religion. Yves then starts singing about another child who doesn't have a head. The song even has a breakdown in the middle of the track of like a minute-long instrumental. The song then ends with Yves singing, "Sweet boy, you know you look just like your mother." And again, I don't really know what it means, but it has such passionate conviction that it's deeply moving. We then return to the dancey punk sounds from earlier on the track Operator, and Yves' vocals on this track sounds very reminiscent of Prince. The song lyrically seems to be about Yves calling a helpline for marriage counseling. There's a great moment in the song where there's this cheerleading chant of "be aggressive," almost like the song is demanding that Yves assert themselves. The track In Spite of War is just another dancey, infectious, punk-esque track. Yves opens with saying, "Everyone told me you're a creep," with the creep repeated. However, this person being a creep doesn't seem to bother Yves, who just wants to know if you'll be by their side, dressed in the devil's clothes. It is such a beautiful song, as if Yves is welcoming all the social outcasts. We then get the first single of this album, Echolalia, which is the technical term for speaking in tongues. The song seems to be about loving someone so much that it makes you uncomfortable. It is a really great song, but on the album, which is filled with non-stop bangers, it's probably the weakest track of them all. The track Fear Evil Like Fire is much more quieter, but still keeps the pace with the rest of the album. The song also continues with the themes of an unsettling love. We then get the instrumental track, Purified by the Fire, which has these almost warlike horn sounds and this thumping drum beat as if we're being driven into some eternal conflict. The closing track, Ebony Eye, is a cinematic end to this album. The song opens with these strings as if announcing some sort of champion. Lyrically, it's as if Yves has found this mythical love he's been referring to on this album. The song is filled with all these religious allusions as if this person is their beloved saint and that they're now at the pearly gates and it's their holy place. It's as if this love has transcended this plane for a more religious dimension. I love this album. I almost want to give this album a 10 out of 10, but I kind of feel like that would be too early in my reviewing career. It almost feels too easy, you know? I think, though, because I'm not in love with the track Echolalia, this is going to be a 9.5 out of 10 for me. But my God, what an album. What a beautiful, beautiful album. If you like this album, please let me know down in the comments. If you didn't like this album, also let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, everything helps. I would like to grow this thing into something more, so anything that contributes is wonderful, and praise the Lord who choose. I love you.